Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 3rd of April. So non-farm payrolls day to day, what is that going to have in store for us? It's hard to say actually. We saw the job numbers coming out yesterday, didn't really have much effect overall. A few pips here, a few pips there, not a massive surprise really, although it did come in at double, nearly double, 6.6 million versus 3.6 million. So the jobless claims, unemployment claims doubled there, but and they're record highs for near term. What for today and the non-farms? Well, I don't expect them to be looking pretty at all. They'll look quite ugly. It's really how the market reacts to them, and I've got a feeling it won't react massively to them. As we've seen in the recent numbers, they're sort of being pretty much ignored and pretty much priced in. But who knows? They may come out better than expected by some way, or worse than expected by a long way, and create some volatility. So we'll have to sit and wait for that. Let's look at the markets themselves. Euro dollar then continued its sell-off yesterday, so it's all week that's been selling off once again, looking like, well, at the moment it started on the downside. Where to from here? Well, weekly S1 not far below now. Beyond that, well, anyone's guess beyond that. It is looking soft, and it could run right the way back down towards its prior lows there. Monthly S1 sits there at 106. Coming to the intraday playing here though, and well, it has got a daily pivot untouched above at the moment. Whether or not we'll see a double bottom ground out here at 108.20. If that does, well, we could see a rally back towards that daily pivot. It's been a slow, steady pace here in this decline. We've seen it over the last week actually, gradually coming down, long, steady consolidation, then sell-off. Consolidation at this stage. Well, we'll see if it sells off. If it does, near-term obviously target would be that 108 area, round number, and then 107.92, the pivot there. But it does look weak. I'd rather be selling into rallies than trying to buy the other side of it. Okay, that's the euro. Let's have a look at the pound. Pound's a bit of a different beast here. It's really held up over this week. It's gone pretty sideward. It's not sold to the same extent. A trend line here probably needs to be a bit adjusted because we've got a different low there, and I'm just adjusting that, and we're sitting bang on that trend line at the moment. It's range trading really. It's tight. As I said, I looked at it yesterday. It's quite difficult. It's sure is going to roll out of that at some point with some speed. The longer it sits here, maybe to the downside, but it's neither. It seems to want to go neither way at the moment, and it's running back towards its daily pivot as I speak. But I just think we could end up with just a continuation of range. So there's possible chances of buying it back towards its R1 and selling into the R1 back down, but I don't really like it that much. I kept out of it yesterday personally. But dollar yen, well, it's seen a bit of the dollar has seen a bit of a recovery against the yen here yesterday, but a bullish pivot swing in. It's running into a whole bunch of moving averages, key moving averages sitting there on the dailies. It's just consolidated effectively over a period. Looking at where we are here for this week, it's a range bound week for the yen. Basically, it's just dipping back down. It's pushed back up again. Where to? Maybe down towards its daily pivot short term, but if it breaks, maybe to the upside there, it's got the opportunity of pushing up. But the news may or may not help this come 1:30, and we'll see. I mean, I think it's just almost like it's a consolidation move before the news. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar continued its route south yesterday a little bit. It's choking where it is at the moment. It's not, again, it's a bit like the pound in terms of the range, although it's been in a downward trend. It went down, caught the weekly pivot yesterday. Nice move into the weekly pivot, and it's sort of bouncing off that at the moment, but it's a bit similar to the pound to a degree, although it's been a lower lows, lower highs here as the pound's been choppy, but it is holding up half reasonably there. Maybe if we saw some sort of rally, it'd break through and run back towards the prior highs there, but it's most likely at the moment it's you're almost looking at a trend across the lows here and seeing if it runs back down towards yesterday's lows in that S1 area. Be the better looking trade maybe, but it's been slow in the mornings. That's all I'd say there. Canadian dollar, I'm just going to look at this on one time frame really. It's just choking here again, consolidation, and maybe a same here, trend line across the lows here. If it starts breaking down, well, off towards that 60-minute 500, maybe even down towards the S1. That's sort of the way it's looking at this stage, but a change of direction, a push above that 200 could see us looking towards yesterday's body highs there in the R1 around about 42.53 or maybe higher. Oil has been looking at this all week. Trump is trying to get into the negotiations to push oil prices up. Well, we saw comments coming out yesterday, and it gave half of that back, its gains, almost straight away. But if he's successful and gets the Saudis to talk to the Russians and agree to 10 billion barrels a day cut, it may 10 million even, whatever it may be, it may help this oil price run back towards the $30-40 barrels. Okay, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I think, in some respects. Even if they do push this up, it's still got a cap on it because of the lack of demand at the moment. Okay, that's oil. S&Ps, quick look at the S&Ps to finish off with here. And well, let's have a look at it from a daily perspective. Yesterday managed a bit of a rally back. Again, it's sitting between its monthly pivot and its weekly pivot this week, and that's where it is. It's bounced, double bounce here off the weekly. I'm still thinking it may roll further south. It's looking bitty. Could still be on for a bit of a continuation of that move, but high low just about in this shorter time frame, but very bitty as it sits here. So that's pretty much it for me. Bitty old day on a lot of these markets. Maybe just waiting for the old non-farms to come out and see what happens, but as I say, I'm not sure if that will really drive us too much one way or the other. Okay, have a great day. I will speak to you on Monday. Bye for now.